Hey,
What's up, Justin?
what's up, dude? We got Eddie Jefferson here.
How's it going,
His
guys?
dog's dead.
One of them.
One of them.
I got a new dog.
Let's talk about that. What's that like? How's it like having your dog die?
It was honestly pretty depressing. So, like, part of it was the
That's
timing.
not funny at all, dude. No, it's
but-
not. But like,
Shit
but
happens.
yeah, the answer was just
Yeah. So, like, the worst part was he was only 7. So
7 human years.
Yes.
So
7.
49.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now, come on.
Yeah.
Just
But
saying.
so like I was expecting to get 10, 12 years out of him.
What kind of
and
dog?
German Shepherd.
That's right.
Best dog ever. You can ask pretty much anyone. He was pretty amazing. But my wife was pregnant at that point, so like I was in my mind looking forward to seeing my
Not
son.
by the dog.
Not by the dog.
Okay, heard.
By some random dude.
Got it.
You know, but yeah.
yeah.
So I was, in my mind picturing my dog Zeus playing with my son,
Dog's
having
name's
someone to
Zeus.
grow up. Yes.
Okay.
And then he died.
Did suddenly get sick? What happened? Talk to me. Hit
yeah,
by a
so
car?
he had
You
like
killed
a
him?
cough one night. So I
Dog
was-
cough.
Yeah, which usually is no concern. So went to bed. I was like, I'll call the vet tomorrow, whatever. Well, the next morning we woke up and he refused to lay down. You could tell he was having like hard time breathing, and then his tongue was purple. And from like my CPR classes, I know that tongue purple.
Purple
means,
tongue's not good, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, no oxygen to the brain.
The old purple tongue.
So we ran to the hospital, the dog hospital, the vet hospital,
Yeah.
not the real hospital.
And the dog was conscious or not?
Yes, he was
Okay,
conscious still.
okay.
You could tell that he was scared too, like he was
Sure.
trembling.
Probably fucked up.
So as soon as we get there, they noticed a blue tongue and rush him back into the back, basically take him right out of my hands. Don't even worry about like me doing the paperwork. It was that severe. And then so we're sitting there waiting. My wife was there with me, and I don't know, probably half an hour, 45 minutes later, where I was thinking that he would be fine, take some medicine. They came out and basically told us that they tried to resuscitate him 6 times, and he didn't make it.
Did they say what was wrong with the dog?
Congestive heart failure.
So that just happens, huh?
It does just happen.
Now, congestive, I'm thinking when I hear, okay, so is congenitive heart failure something different, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so like basically this, his lungs filled with liquid, and because
like pneumonia.
and because their heart's in between their lungs, it stops their heart from being able to beat, basically, and that's how they die. So yeah, it was just like all of a sudden he was fine 2 days prior to that, So that was the hard
The
part.
suddenness of it, dude, the shock factor. Now, I wonder, so I've always wondered that too, like which is better, I like, or for you, if you could
Personally,
find
I would have rather had known and then like been able to spend the last day, like take him to the park, let him eat whatever the fuck
For
he wants
sure.
to eat,
For
like give
sure,
him
of
the
course,
day of his life,
of course.
versus just
Yes. Although that
gone.
does extend the suffering for you,
It
Just the
does.
knowledge of it. But
yeah.
honestly, dude, I think, so you got another dog since.
I did. Yes.
How long did you wait? This is like if you
Um,
got divorced. You can't just start
like
fucking another girl right
4
away.
months, maybe.
Okay, 4 months. That's
Yeah,
pretty good.
and everyone called me crazy because, like I said, my wife was pregnant. So everyone's like, "You're gonna get a puppy, and you're about to have a baby."
Yeah.
I was like, yes,
Yeah.
done deal.
Yeah. And you're like, I'm not worried about having enough love for everyone because I'm a sociopath.
Exactly.
I don't even feel
I don't
emotion,
have love,
so.
but I did get depressed, and I didn't want to be a depressed father.
Sure.
So I was like, let's get the new dog, and he's been great.
How's fatherhood been, dude?
Fatherhood, most of the time is amazing. Obviously, there is
Kid's still alive, so you're killing it. Doing good.
We're smashing. Like,
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Perfect.
He's
How
a
old?
giant baby. 1 year, 3 months
Nice. In a row.
in a row.
Beautiful.
Yep, no stoppage there.
Beautiful.
Just one scare at the hospital. One
Did they have
surgery
birth?
already. No, this was like a month after
Well,
birth.
talk
He had
to
to
me
get
about it.
surgery. He was
His dick was too big?
yeah, not in my family. That's not a Jefferson trait.
Damn.
But no, he had, forget the name of what they call it, but basically where your intestine meets your stomach, there's a hole there, and his was covered, so nothing that he ate would actually process through his body, so he would just throw everything up. So they had to just go in and they cut that hole open for him.
Scary for you?
It was scary for like the first, so the process was probably 2.5 weeks long because we went to the hospital, Anne Arundel Hospital in Baltimore, Washington, and they kept saying everything was fine. And then eventually we went
Great
to
hospital.
University
Great
of Maryland,
hospital, dude.
and they found it out on the first thing, the first go around.
Yeah.
So like the whole process of not knowing what it was, but knowing that something is wrong,
The one in
was terrifying.
I'm sure in limbo.
Yeah,
in the unknown.
but as soon as we knew what it was and knew this is how you fix it, it pretty much all went away from me. Like obviously, you have a baby that's got to go through surgery, but like pyloric stenosis is what it was called.
Way better
And
than SIDS.
Yeah, and it's the number one surgery done on infants, so like it is pretty commonplace. I've been doing it for years. Very low risk.
And you knew because the baby kept puking.
Yeah, projectile vomiting.
Oh,
and it was so funny. So like we
exorcism style
at Baltimore, Washington, they're like, "Well, how do you know it was projectile vomiting?" I'm like, I went to college. I know what projectile vomiting is. But when I'm holding in my arm and his vomit goes on the other side of the couch onto the floor 7 feet away, I would consider that projectile vomiting.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you, like, yes, I know what projectile vomiting is. I'm not a fucking moron.
You're not a moron. You
No.
went to college.
I did go to college.
For art.
Art.
How long have you known you were gay?
Don't tell my wife.
I won't, dude. She ain't going to listen. Trust me.
She will.
The 5 people who listen to this are not going to tell your wife. We have a pact. By the way, this podcast is if this doesn't work, it's not going to, and I'm going to kill myself. But until then,
after 6 months, remember, you got to wait 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah. Declare that you want to, and then wait 6 months. And if you still want to, then it's okay.
Oh, that's the pro-suicide.
That's what
thing.
Mike C and you talked about last.
Okay,
podcast,
yeah. So maybe not 6 months. I don't know that I put a time frame on it because I think that it would vary depending. You know, you went to school for art.
Art history.
Art history.
And environmental science.
Worse,
and Asian studies. Yeah.
Hold on. What is Asian studies? What even is that?
So it's. I went to a liberal arts college.
Can
so
you
there's
tell
a
the
lot
difference
of bullshit.
between all the Asians? Because
I'm
honestly,
actually really good at that. Like surprisingly,
that
that's
alone,
one of my white
that,
person skills that I'm proud of.
Is that alone would be worth the degree?
I'm
Because
pretty
I have
good.
a fucking pretty tough time.
Yeah, and like I know how to say hello in multiple different Asian languages.
Well, prove it.
안녕하세요, konnichiwa,
well,
ni hao.
Mm-hmm.
So
you could have
like
just made that shit up though.
I
one's
could
gonna
have.
check you, just
That's
saying.
true. But so like I will go in and if I see like an Asian person working, I will try to guess.
Sure.
And then try it, and I'm right more than 50% of the time.
Don't you have to stick a thumb in their ass to figure out? Oh, that's crocodiles and gender.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, it's all good though.
I think I learned that from Steve Irwin.
It's like really
Rest
their
in
flatness of the face, like how hard they got hit with the shovels when they were doing the railroads.
Jesus Christ, dude. We got Asian listeners around the world.
Around the world.
Around the world. You graduated with a degree or something?
I did.
How does that work? I don't know a lot
Bachelor
about
of
school.
Arts.
I never even graduated
So
high
you
school.
have, you declare a major or 2 or 3 like me, and you have to get, I think it was 120 credits through your 4 years of school with a certain amount of them towards your major.
So how do you do multiple majors like that? Is it just more work in the same
Yeah,
amount of time?
so like most people take 12 to 16 credits a semester. For my triple, I ended up doing 32 credits the last 3 semesters of college to do that.
Was that miserable? You were getting no pussy at all?
It was pretty rough. It was pretty rough.
Worth it? I mean, it's cool that you did it.
It's cool that I did it. And I was so like in
I
my
wish I could've
graduating
done it.
class, I was one of 2 people that had 3 majors, and they like made a statement.
Neither one of you got a stitch
during the
of pussy.
graduation. No, I was shit happens.
You're like, hey, you know. But
Drugs,
I wish I would have. What is it?
drugs really helped with those.
Ooh, you were
too.
doing drugs in college?
Vyvanse and Adderall.
The student drug.
The
Perfect.
student drugs,
Right,
exactly.
Right.
But like I
Those are
could
PEDs.
basically sleep like 3 nights of the week and do Vyvanse the other nights and write my 180-page thesis
Which,
paper.
by the way, if you are a kid out there listening,
Allegedly.
I highly recommend doing drugs in school. That's what you need
Well,
to do.
Adderall right now has got a shortage because of all the
Adderall's
people
a
on
shortage because that's how many people are fucked up right now.
fucked up or abusing the drug.
Well, I mean, most people who are abusing drugs are fucked up. you know?
Yeah. The other day I was at the pharmacy and the lady in front of me was complaining about her Adderall
The lack
situation.
thereof,
Yeah. And then 2 days later I saw her at the dispensary. And I'm like, well, if you're getting uppers, then why are you over here at the dispensary getting downers?
Well, you know.
Unless you're just kind of abusing them,
Well,
you know?
she clearly has a pain condition, you know. That's why she's at the medical.
She had a
office.
condition, yes.
Being a junkie.
I'm not claiming that. That was your words, not mine.
Well, yeah, I can say junkie.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that right. It's
Yep.
like a black person being able to say the N-word.
Yeah, it's like how I can say retard.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of them, you know?
Yeah, I say it too because it's a scientific term. So
I basically just say it because it's funny.
It's funny?
But I do get that. Yeah, I try not to
like use it towards like normal people.
I only use it towards normal people.
No, it's funnier the other way.
That's hurtful the other way.
No, because they're always happy no matter what. So to like insult someone and see people laugh is actually kind of funny.
So
Because
you're
it like went over
insulting
their
retarded
head.
people to their face.
Yeah, how do you make yourself feel better?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Find some less fortunate, you know?
Of
Trip
course.
'em, rub their shit.
Always
rub their
kick
face in.
down, bro.
Yeah.
That's how you stay on top.
That's
Just
right.
always kick down.
That's right. I will say that, like, I do feel like if I don't joke around with you, it's because like I don't feel like you're strong enough for it.
Yeah.
You know. So like to me, everyone's got to get these jokes. Like truly, and obviously I'm biased. I've only been in my shoes ever, but I would like to think that if I'm in a wheelchair, I would be so mad if no one brought it the fuck up, you know? Because it's like an elephant in the room, bro. It's like, bro, I wheeled in here. I rolled in here.
Yeah, someone give me a joke.
You know what I mean? Or at least acknowledge it, bro.
Yeah.
The whole, like, not acknowledging it, that makes me feel like less of a person because the regular people are getting the jokes.
Yeah.
You know? If I can joke about him, I can joke about you.
Joke about everyone.
But
hate on everyone equally.
Some people, you know. People are sissies. Dude, oh, my God. Dude, that just reminded me. It's snowing where we're at, or it's snow outside. It just snowed recently. It hasn't snowed in a while.
Yeah.
The speaking of sensitivity, dude, it's funny because the parents get so mad at the school for trying to protect the kids.
Of course.
It's just so funny because they're like, dude, if I have to see another fucking thing online about like, fuck it, kids off again, dude, for rain, for wind. Dude, it was raining fire back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We never had. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up. They're damned if they do, damned if they don't. If they say come to school and you fucking lose a family of 4 in a fiery car crash, the parents will be appalled.
Of course.
The same ones who are like, I gotta miss fucking work because of this, dude. And this is what gets me too. It's like people will be so stuck in their ways. Like, you know how you can get drunk on emotion?
Yes.
You can get drunk on your opinion, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
obviously. And it's just like, I had to screenshot it. I screenshot shit online constantly, dude. And pretty much send it to Najee. We talk shit about people. But this guy was like, I can't believe it that they're calling school out. He's not a father, by the way. Has no kids. He's just, I can't even believe it. Bunch of soft, safe space, you know, sissy kids, yada, 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 going on. And this lady comments, who's obviously friends with him on Facebook and writes, which is, I will never get rid of Facebook, by the way, dude. They're fucking insanity.
Oh, yeah. There's some great people
keep
as friends just for
I'm
this.
seeing you. Listen,
I troll every once in a while.
I see your comments, bro. And even when it's not like specifically trolling, I'll like see the person. I'll be like, what the fuck is he talking? You know, because I know what you're
It's
doing.
fun.
You're just
I get
to...
bored at work a lot.
Well, yeah. And then people post so much dumb shit, bro. It's so easy. But the guy said, you know, he was going on and on about how just kids are pussies and we'd have never got out of school for this, yada, yada. And someone commented, you'll get it one day, you know, other people are bad drivers. So it's not even the bus driver I'm worried about. It's the other people on the road. The guy comments right back, right after. Not like there was a bunch of people. He comments back, well, then someone else should be driving the bus. Bro, she's not even
wasn't
talking
about the bus.
driver. Yeah. And it's just like, he's arguing with him.
Yeah, the other part that you got to remember is our county's a pretty decent size too. So just because it's fine here around like Northeast High School and this, maybe down at Southern or South River, they've got, you know, way worse conditions. You don't know.
And you just don't know until it's here. You know? So you have to plan ahead. And it's like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
It's easier for the school to cancel it than, like you said, deal with like a wrongful death lawsuit or something.
And
it's
just such an old trope to just be like, you know, back in my day,
we always were.
And obviously we're all turning into that old man.
Oh, yeah,
but
slow and steady.
Yeah. It's just trying to, and then it's also like, you know, people every fucking year, people like, as soon as we get inclement weather, it's like, fucking Maryland drivers don't know how to fucking drive. It's like, bro, no matter where you're at in the world, you're gonna feel like that, you know?
Dude, I hate those drivers.
Or people will be like, dude, you know, Maryland's just so much drama or so much this or this. It's like, bro, anywhere you go that there's multiple people. I'm at any job I've ever been at that has like a lot of people at one place. I'll hear someone go, this place is just like high school. And I go, hey, you know, anywhere that's full of people like this is just like high school? Because it's like the same neuroses. Yeah. It's the same shit.
We're still people.
Exactly.
You know, just because you grow up doesn't really mean that you change that much most of the time.
No. And some people don't at all.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that don't change their whole life. It's sad.
You think that people are good to their core? I have a theory that I just said this to somebody. No? I just said this to somebody else. I think that everyone's a sweetheart deep down. Like even like the cuntiest people you meet, I think that in them somewhere, even if they don't know it, there is a sweetheart. Is that just naively optimistic?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I think you might be born that way, but
I guess I'm just a sweetheart at my core. I'm just such a sweetie, I guess, that it's hard for me to be like I just feel like a lot of times that people are being like unkind or not sweethearts, for like lack of a better term. They got some shit going on. They've been through some shit, whatever. Not that it excuses it, but like I just feel like everyone's got a soft, mushy core. Maybe not. That is just optimistic, huh?
It is, but then like I think there's this guy that we work with, Frank, and he's an old grouchy bastard, or was.
Well, dude, when you get old, you have like you earn the right to just be grouchy as a motherfucker.
Yep. But so this year we got a new receptionist too, and she broke her knee like a few months ago.
She old?
No, she's a young girl.
How'd she break her fucking knee?
She was actually at the Ravens game and like went to exit and caught her kneecap on one of the seats.
Oh God!
And spun her kneecap around.
Jesus fuck, dude, that sounds so horrible.
Yes, but like Frank, who's the old grouchy bastard that walk up the hall every morning. Hey, how's your knee feeling? He gave her a cane, because he's got a problem walking too, because he's so old and has some other problems. But gave her like one of his canes to use around and stuff like that.
Frank's just trying to get some pussy.
So, well, he died.
Oh, Jesus.
He died last week, so.
Because he didn't have his fucking cane, brother.
For
that
real.
bitch killed him.
But like, so there is, I guess, even in the old grouchy bastards.
You know what's I've been thinking
there's a little bit of heart.
Old people are interesting because it's like they have a lot of like sage wisdom, obviously, but not all of them, right? It's like
no.
I remember when I was a kid, I was respect your elders thing. It's like well, some of them don't deserve respect. Some of them are cunts. Some of them are shitbags, like to the core. Well, not to the core, because again, I think everyone's a sweetheart at their core. But some of them are shitbags, and I do feel like it's super understandable to me to be old and grouchy. Like, I think a lot of hopes and dreams slowly fade, right? Because it's like even if you're not trying to achieve them as a youth, the potential's there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A career change at 60,
not happening.
You know, a full revamping of yourself as a person if you haven't been doing that, like regularly type shit. It's just like I definitely get being old and like bitter, and I hope I'm not. Like what I really hope most is I don't lose my sense of humor. I don't think I will.
I don't think so. I think because I think your style of sense of humor is very
dark,
common
twisted,
for
up.
Like this area too, like Pasadena. I think it's very common.
Oh,
and I meet
okay.
a lot
Put
of
me in a
old
box.
people, at the bar that have dark humor that are from this area.
Yeah.
So I think it's just kind of like bred into us. Maybe it's in the water or something.
God, I hope I'm not at a bar too. Bars are fucking overrated, dude.
They are. I mean, I went to one for Frank's funeral because that's where literally his life was: go to work, go to the bar, home and sleep every day, all day. So like we had after the viewing, we had a function at the bar for him. So like I went to that, but other than that, like I couldn't tell you the last time I went to a bar.
Dude, the bars with like pinball machines or like the arcade bars, perfect.
Like Dave and Buster's or something.
Perfect, dude.
Yeah, something fun to do.
Something to
Top
do.
shot,
Bro,
where you can drink and hit some golf balls.
100%. Otherwise, you're just standing around waiting to fight or fuck. And
with music too loud to talk to your friends.
Yeah, I'm a talker. So it's just like, unless someone, I mean, not that I have a great time when I go 3 times a year. It's like I go probably 10 times a year online.
Yeah.
But it's just like, probably just for the social aspect, most people are doing that. And it's this weird thing too, where I'm like, I'm 34 now. Jesus Christ, that hurts to say. I'm
almost there.
I'm 34 and still gay. And I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's like a lot of my friends are just doing the same thing, and it's like no offense to my friends, I just want to do some different stuff. Like,
yeah, well, you beat to your own drum, or whatever that saying is.
I'm beating my dick to my own drum. That's
exactly.
a fact, brother.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I feel called to do
I
Vipassana.
definitely understand like your position on like the life and like the not marriage and stuff like that. Like I understand.
I'm not anti-marriage.
You're anti forever marriage, right? You want 5-year contracts?
No. I'm not anti that. I think that more thought should be put into making a permanent decision. That's it. That's all that's the drum I'm beating. And it's easy to misconstrue me for sure. Not that you have. I'm just saying it's very easy to be like, oh, he hates women, or he's anti-marriage, or he's this. I'm not. Or even like people think that I'm like anti-military and shit. It's like, bro, I'm anti people calling the shots for the military. You know, I'm not anti people going into the military. I have the utmost respect for someone who joins and wants to. It's just I'm just easy to misconstrue, or like I'm like a sexually promiscuous person.
No, not you.
So, but that
I'm surprised you can get any pussy.
yeah, I know it's hard, you know, but I'm stronger than a lot of them. It gets misconstrued sometimes because I'm also like brutally honest, like very ethical. I'm very, very ethical and honest from the very beginning about how in this very moment in my life I do not want to be in a partnership. That's just my truth. So it's just like it's easily misconstrued. A lot of people will manipulate, you know, to get what they want, which is pussy, right? Which I get, I understand it, but it's like I don't know, man. I was raised by a woman mainly, you know, and I had my mom, my sister. Obviously, my dad was there, but he wasn't in the house at the time. Yada yada yada. I just like feel like. I'm not trying to say like I'm holier than thou or anything, and I'm not trying to say I've never ever manipulated someone, but it's like I just feel like it does lasting damage, you know.
Like you said, at our age,
yeah, man,
it's time to be honest. So
Bro.
that way, like the woman will know. You know, I assume women for you, but the person will know for you, and at the end of the road or day, that's really what matters. If they still want to hook up with you, knowing that you're not looking for that right now, that's fine. They're an adult. You're an adult.
Yes.
You've put it all on the table.
Well, here's what's interesting too. It's like you know, when I do, because I do start with that basically, and a lot of times, well, not a lot, some of the times it's like, well, I'm not doing that. Like I'm not interested in that, and it's like fine. But in my head, I'm like, the only difference between me and the guy you're about to fuck is I'm being honest. You know what I mean?
That is
like
true.
Literally,
90%
it's like,
of the time.
not always, of course. But it's just like the only difference is I'm shooting you straight.
Yep.
And sometimes even the people would rather believe the lie.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like they, you know, the people like I don't normally do this. I don't whatever. The people want to believe their own shit.
It's a dance.
Yes.
You know, courting. That's why they call it courting. It's
exactly.
not just like,
and the problem is I take a lot of the mystery out. I just do because it's like. You know, it's the whole thing of like, I'm neurotic, right? This is why I overshare, I over-explain. I also like to be understood and to understand. I want to know why.
Yeah.
I always want to know the why. How did you get there in your head? So I'm always telling people how I got to where I got. I literally just forgot my entire train of thought. Swear to God, bro. I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about?
And then it just went.
What am I talking about, though? You don't know either?
No. Nope, you're neurotic.
Oh, I'm neurotic.
Not necrotic.
What was that? What did I say right before that? Why am I talking about how neurotic I am? Oh, because I take the mystery out of things.
Yes.
So yeah, so same as like, if I am on a first date with a girl and I'm like in her car and we've had the dinner, or we've done the thing, or she's in my car, whatever the fucking scenario is, right? And I am wanting to kiss her, but I'm feeling anxious about it. I will say out loud. So here's the thing. You know, and luckily I have comedy on my side because that helps so much in delivering messages. Like delivery is so important.
Yeah.
You can tell someone the exact same thing but put it in a different box and they accept it completely differently. One of them blows up in their face and one of them like comes out and hugs them, you know? So delivery is important, but I'm definitely going to be like, hey, just so you know, I'm feeling very anxious right now because I really want to stick my tongue in your ass, you know, or whatever the thing is, you know. But it does admittedly take a lot of mystery out of it.
It definitely does.
What's he thinking? What's he want? It's like, this is what's up,
yeah.
You know?
Take it or leave it. Here I am.
Yeah. And it's still, I've been called confusing or hot and cold. You know what frustrates me about the hot and cold thing, man? It's like, I'm a human being. You know,
we change.
Well, not just change. It's like we fluctuate constantly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not. It's like some days like I want to talk. Some days I don't feel like talking.
Yep.
That's
sometimes in the morning I do, and in the afternoon I don't.
Right.
You know.
It's just like yes, I'm hot and cold, like every other human being. It's like I don't feel like I fluctuate all crazy left and right. It's just sometimes I'm here for it, sometimes I ain't.
Yeah.
Because I'm a person. You know.
Yep.
It's like I have a lot of social anxiety, but people are like, no, you don't
believe it.
Yeah, because it's in here. You know, it's a prison inside.
Oh yeah,
it's
I deal with it.
And I'm such a social butterfly because of how because of how afraid of the awkwardness I am. I'm ODing on the humor, the whatever. So yeah, it's just interesting. You in therapy?
No. Nope.
You just think you're too good for that, or?
I've done
it
before.
Crazy.
No, we're all crazy, and I've probably should go to therapy.
You guys should do marriage counseling, like even before there's any issue. I've always said that to people.
Yeah, we've talked about it just to keep things good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a pretty good communicator.
I try.
Do you hit her?
Only when she deserves it.
Okay, well, good. Don't ever do it more than that, because I won't say anything, but I'll be judging you.
Yeah. No.
Because that's y'all's business. I'm not trying to get nobody else's business, you know?
Yeah, just keep it in the house.
Hey, no, I'm not in the house, so whatever's going on in the house is going on in the house. What's the new
Exactly.
dog's name real quick?
Loki.
Loki? Zeus Loki? Love it.
Yeah, I like
mythology.
Exactly. I will name all of my dogs as long as I continue to get them after different mythologies.
Well, you will never run out of names. That's for goddamn
exactly.
sure. Yeah.
There's a lot of good ones, But yeah, I don't know if we'll get a dog next. Hopefully, we get 12 years out of this one. At that point in our life,
Dude,
the
that's so weird.
Kid
to
will be
even say,
older.
Bro. Hold on. That's just so weird. The whole thing. I think Mike and I talked. Mike, did we talk about this? That pets being like, I think it's like inhumane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I just feel like.
So
dude,
I'm in a pretty decent situation.
I hope we get 12 years out of it. It's buying a pet's so interesting because it's a contract to like, let's get this thing that I know I will fall in love with and I know I will watch die.
Yeah.
It's this really weird thing, but it's like better to have loved and lost than to never loved at all type thing.
Yeah, I would say so.
Huh?
It's a countdown to sadness.
It's a countdown to
It is a countdown to sadness.
It's
Guaranteed.
a sadness countdown.
But like I said, hopefully we get 10, 12 more years out of them. And at that point, like, my son will be 12 years old. And, like, if the dog's his first death in life that he's dealing with, that could be a good educational
I've heard that, too. I've heard
situation.
I've heard that low-key. That's funny. Low-key.
Yeah.
I've heard that low-key, the reason for pets is to introduce children to death.
Yeah.
Which is that's not bad. That's actually not bad.
Because I would prefer that over it being one of his grandparents or
For
something.
sure. And how old will the kid be, you think, roughly, if they last 10, 12?
So they're
12,
the same
right?
age pretty much, yeah.
So I think that the best way to have him really understand, maybe have him kill the dog, have him
that would work, yeah.
have the baby, or not the child at that point. It's like a vision quest.
Yeah.
Dude, you ought to send him out to the wilderness to do mushrooms at 12.
I don't know about 12, maybe 13.
Okay.
Because like you should be
They
a
used to do
teenager
it.
before you do drugs.
Yeah, well,
That's just my personal stance. I know.
well,
that,
now here's the
everyone's
thing.
different,
I don't consider mushrooms drugs. Unfortunately, they are a very powerful tool. No, they're a drug. I'm lying.
so
They're a drug.
Yeah, I consider any mind-altering substance a drug. I consider caffeine a drug.
Really?
Yeah.
Though.
Yep.
Really though.
For real, sugar's a drug too.
I understand that, but in normal nomenclature, we're not like, yeah, I was doing drugs all day because I've been at Starbucks.
Correct.
You know
or
what I
even
mean?
drinking alcohol. Most
Yeah,
people don't
right.
even really consider that a drug, but
Dude.
it really is.
Oh, brother.
You know?
But you know why people don't?
Because we're conditioned not to, and it's okay because of the
it's
government.
illegal. Yeah. That's what's
Because
so
it's okay
funny
for
to
the
me.
government.
It's what's so funny to me is like people compartmentalize their distrust for the government. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Like
Yep.
all the people who are anti-vax are like slugging beers because the government said it's cool, you know?
Yep.
And it's just like, obviously that's not the only reason they're doing it, but the reason it's so acceptable is because the government says it's okay.
Exactly.
Genuinely.
And our government is not
Trustworthy?
a good leader in morality issues.
Not more. They're good leaders. Pedophilia, greed, shit like that.
Yes.
I mean, they're not leaders anywhere.
Making money in the stock market.
Murdering brown children
Yeah. Sending people to war
and
constantly.
prison. War and prison.
Yep.
For profit. Both.
Of course.
Both.
Why would you not in a capitalistic society?
Capitalism, brother. You know, we see between 4,000 and 10,000 ads a day.
Say that again.
They say the average American sees between 4,000 and 10,000 ads a day, including all the signage and then the ads we hear, and it's just like,
Yeah.
I heard that figure and I can't forget it. You know,
I believe it too. I mean, everything's advertising. It's everywhere, all
Well,
over
right.
the place.
Yeah, yep.
You know.
Everyone's constantly vying for our attention. Attention is the most lucrative
Important commodity.
there is. And it's like, I just feel like, not to get too doom and gloom, brother, but we'll bring Mike back on for the doom and gloom. Here's the
Nihilist, Mike.
Well, the thing is, I'm a nihilist too. Like, I'm just like life has no meaning. It's a good thing, type of shit.
Do
But
whatever you want.
I have
Doesn't
a lot of
matter in the long run.
similarities, trust me. But what am I talking about? I did it again, folks. I'm like a goldfish.
Nihilism. I'm not good at following.
Doom
I'm
and
good at
gloom.
just going.
Doom and gloom. I was like, not to get all doom and gloom. I remember the advertisements. So I just feel like it's a battle we're bound to lose because it's the layperson, right, battling against literal teams of scientists who are designing apps,
Mega
and
corporations with more money than our government.
Billionaire teams that are funding these scientists to go create these to release as much serotonin and dopamine and oxytocin as you can, okay? And it's like, bro, they're in the hand of every fucking 12-year-old. And we're bound to. It's just it gets scary because it's like there's all they care about is like ad revenue, the time spent. They want you to be addicted. They want you to be on it. They make more money that way. And again, they have just teams. They have the money to fund scientists and go make a new app, make it better. And the Chinese are making us gay.
Gobble it up and gobble it up, and the process continues.
Do you think love or hate is stronger?
Do you want me to include endurance in the hypothetical?
Explain what you mean by that. Sexually?
No. So, like, love or hate. Like, hate in a single instant, I think, can be way stronger than love in a single instance. But I think, like, hate
Only
over
because
time deteriorates where love in time can increase.
Interesting. My buddy Dan from work, who I'm going to have on here, he posed this question to me. I don't know if it's something he heard or something he was thinking about.
I got a question for you when you're done, too.
Okay.
A hypothetical.
I like those. I like this question a lot with stronger love or hate. I think it basically boils down to your perception of the world, right? Your answer. But it also, one of those huge general questions is like, well, now I have questions, right? What do we mean by powerful? What do we mean? You say what's more powerful? What do you mean? Because it's like there's like terroristic groups. It's pretty hateful, killing a lot.
Just a little bit.
I'm just saying, like, what's the alternative to that? Like people building orphanages for free or whatever the fuck.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I guess, dude.
Which,
by the way, he's going to be on next week.
Awesome.
Yeah, Mr. Beast, dude. What a fucked up name.
It is. I don't think he ever saw where he was going to end up.
No. What do you mean? You couldn't?
No.
You couldn't?
No, and I love him. I know a lot of people give him shit, but I think he does phenomenal stuff.
He does. I think he's a complete cornball. Right, but I think which is like it's fine by me. Right, he's not doing a cool contest. It's like I think he's a great person and he's doing cool shit with the fame and the money and like, bro, how can you hate on it? I think that love is stronger because I believe that because of my perception, right? But I just do feel like there's more love going on at any given moment than there is hatred.
There is. I took it more of like your feeling of love or hatred. Like. Someone kills your parents, that moment of hatred that you're going to get when you find out who that person is probably way more intense than any love that you'd feel.
Interesting, because it can go deeper, like higher peaks and valleys. Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with that. So speaking of that, do you believe in the death penalty?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. See, I don't. So I've been struggling with this recently, internally, mentally. For no other reason than I'll be bored, first world problems.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I've never really been like a staunch opponent or what's the opposite of opponent? Or no, proponent. Yeah, I'm not a proponent or an opponent to death penalty, but now I do feel like I'm leaning towards that. I don't think there should be one. And
my main reason is save taxpayers money.
Okay.
So if you're in jail, life on parole, and it's been like 10 years, no new evidence has come up.
Yeah.
Put them down.
Okay.
they cost way too much money on taxpayers.
Hilarious. So, all right. Sociopathic Eddie, listen. Put him down. You're more sad when that dog died for sure.
Animal deaths are way worse than people deaths.
Yeah, bro. Do you follow Nature's Metal on Instagram?
Yeah.
Dude, what a good. You know what's funny is my Instagram feed is like adorable monkeys or them ripping animals ripping each other. It's like a cute animals and then just animals ripping each other to shreds. Genuinely, like that's my feed. The argument I have, or not argument, the point I have to the taxpayer dollars is like that's a great point argumentatively or like debate wise. However, like I genuinely believe this. Like if they tomorrow said, "Hey, every prison, we're not doing prisons anymore. We don't have to. All the prisoners are being released tomorrow." I bet your taxes don't change. Like my whole,
it's still the government's still gonna waste my tax.
That's
money.
what I'm saying. My whole point is, bro.
I get that point, but I still am
if I
put them to death.
Which I get that.
Free the prisons up so there's less people for the guards to watch.
So different argument than financial, which I'm fine with. Again, though, I'm just trying to pick.
And the other part is I like for certain crimes in certain situations, I don't think people change. Some like certain people.
See, here's the thing. Here's my argument too. So like, the person who's been raping and murdering children and women and dogs and shit their entire life, right?
Yep.
My argument is lock him away, put him away,
and don't feed him.
Feed him, keep him alive. Listen, let's just say, right? Hypothetically speaking, this guy can't hurt anybody else. He's in solitary confinement, but he can write a book and sell.
What do you think
50
he's going to?
Some do. Do I think so? I have no idea. But again, because I think everyone has a sweetheart deep in them, and I also have this weird sympathy for, now you might make the, so I'm about to make an argument for like maybe they're just wired that way, and you're going to go probably like, well, that's fine that they're wired that way, but get rid of them. They're doing no good in society, right?
Exactly.
I definitely understand that argument. I just feel like I guess I'm just like fucking naively optimistic about the human being's ability to change for the better. Let's say he finds Allah or some shit, right? Writes a book and changes lives. It's the new Mormon religion or something.
Yeah.
You ever seen
Okay,
Book of
you already
Mormon?
No, I have not.
The musical?
Yeah, the South Park one.
Yeah,
I have not. No.
Dude, you'd love it.
Probably. I was never a South Park kid.
No,
I've only
either way,
seen, like, a handful of
it's
South
not.
Parks.
It's not South Park themed.
Okay.
It's just the writers who did South Park, so
okay.
it's a lot of similar type of humor. But the fact that this is done well. I don't know. It
Yeah.
just made me think of it because I thought of Mormonism. Mormonism's hilarious.
I love it. So there's one of my favorite science fiction shows is called The Expanse, and it takes place in like
Where do you find it? Where is it streaming?
Amazon Prime.
We're actually sponsored by Amazon Prime. Shout out to Amazon Prime. Thanks for sponsoring us, Bezos.
It's kind of like a Game of Thrones, but like
I love Game of
global.
Thrones.
Between like there's a global faction, a faction on Mars, because at this point in science fiction,
Shout out to Elon.
We've captured Mars, and then the outer belt, the Kepler belt.
The what?
The Kepler belt, the
Okay,
one that
heard.
separates.
Not Kevlar.
No,
Kepler.
Yeah, I
Heard.
believe that's right before Jupiter.
Actually, I didn't mean to question.
But it's like a Game of Thrones with politics and stuff like that involved, and there's 10 main characters and their storylines interweave and stuff like that. But the only religion in that show, because they found other life forms and aliens and stuff, is Mormonism still. And the Mormons in that show are just building a giant spaceship for them to leave the rest of society and float through space on their own forever.
Dude, the Mormons
it's
are
just
hilarious.
like the Mormons are great.
Yeah.
Like they don't
just like
ram
made
their
own shit
religion
up,
down
dude.
their throat
It's
or
just
anything.
so funny though.
Yeah.
That a 13-year-old, wasn't it? Do you know about that? Like the 13-year-old kid who like found the tablets or whatever?
Oh yeah.
Like the whole story behind it is like
it's a load of shit.
Yeah, well they all
It's
are,
not
but
L.
it's-
Ron Hubbard level of bullshit,
no. But it's like it's biblical level bullshit, but more recent.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
believed by people still.
Yeah, and more recent. It's
like,
not like
I don't believe anything in the Bible
brother,
as
I don't even believe
historical
anything.
fact.
Yeah, well, I've read
Metaphorically, there's some potential in
there's
things.
plenty of
but-
potential. I mean,
but,
no, metaphorically,
like,
it's
for, like-
not even potential. Metaphorically, it's great.
Yeah, but like for like actual happen, there's only a few things like the flood, Noah's flood, that I think actually happened. And I don't believe in Noah. I believe in the flood.
Well, if you do believe in Noah, we're incest, all of us.
Yeah.
There's only two people there, right?
On his boat, but every culture has
Oh,
that
shit,
basically
they have
that
multiple
exact
boats?
same mythology story.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about religions is funny because it's like there's thousands of them, and everyone's
a
wrong
lot.
but yours.
I don't have one, so mine's not
not
right
yours,
either.
but I'm just saying every
Yeah.
person feels like every
Yeah.
other religion is wrong.
Yeah,
and
I
ours is
like.
right.
I think it was Ricky Gervais, and he was on one of the talk shows, and because he's an atheist, and the talk show host was like, "Well, how can you be an atheist?" And he's like, "Well, there's not much difference between Christians and atheists. You guys don't believe in 3,000 other gods, but you believe in one. I only don't believe in one more.
One more than you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's kind of
Yeah,
that thing.
and I've heard people say like an atheist is still a belief, right? It's still a strong belief.
It is. I believe that every religion turns into mythology after a certain amount of time and scientific innovation and new discovery. So like you think like the Greek mythologies, that was their religion at the time. Just like,
Sure.
but they had like a god that brought up the sun. Well, eventually they realized that gods don't bring up the sun.
Shout out to
We
Socrates,
rotate around and
who was
stuff.
put to death
Correct.
for that.
Yeah.
That's fucking
He got
bizarre.
canceled hard.
Bro, canceled. Dude, one of the one
got
of the
canceled
one of the first cancellations, and it cost him not his Twitter account, his fucking life, dude. And he was a G until the very end.
For real,
You
I
know
mean-
about his last words and all that,
No, I haven't heard his last words.
brother. He drank that. Well, basically on his trial for death, they asked him like what he thinks his punishment should be, and they're talking about killing him. And he's like, I think I should be given land, given food for how much I've helped Athens. Like he's just literally like dunking on him, you know. And they were so mad. Plato said that I just read this today for some reason, but Plato said that there was like I think 500 men who voted, and if he only had 30 more, he wouldn't have died. But his last words were like, the god of healing needs a rooster sacrificed. Some people think it's literally a dick joke because allegedly like the poison guy gave him the poison. He touched his feet and he's like, "Do you feel that?" He's like, "No." Slowly it was going up, right? and he got to his groin, and he said, "You can't feel that?" And he goes, "No." And Socrates he had something over his face, and he pulled it down, and he said to whoever, he goes, "This god needs sacrifice of a rooster. Don't forget." So some people think it's literally a dick joke, and some other people say because it's the god of healing, the philosophical understanding of it is because he believes that souls are infinite and come from a place that's infinite. This is a cure. You're curing my mortal form to the immortal type thing. But yeah, dude, to kill that man for just being smart is crazy. Imagine if they just fucking killed
And it
Einstein.
wasn't even heresy under the Christian name, like a lot of other philosophers.
What's heresy again?
Heresy's
blasphemy.
Yeah. But it wasn't even that because
it was corrupting the youth. Yeah, corrupting the youth with facts.
Yeah,
dude, I just can't even imagine what. You ever been out in the woods and seen the stars?
Yes.
Imagine just
we go camping.
Pre electricity though.
Dude, it would be
it would.
I say it would be amazing, but it would be amazing for a few days, and then it would be really sucky. Like camping. I love going out camping for those 4 or 5 days with no power, no electricity, whatever. I am good having a good time. But on that last day, I am ready to get home.
Sure. No electricity is terrible, but the sky was probably incredible.
You would see so much more than you see now.
That's what I'm saying.
And
obviously
would,
everything
I think,
else
impact
sucked, dude.
your life
People
so much
were
more
pussy
too.
was stinking, dude. Everyone was smelling bad. Then again, if everyone smells bad, no one smells bad, right? Is that how that works?
Yeah, probably. I mean, you get used to the stench. So, in my industry, we work at ship plants all the time.
That's what I mean.
After 30 minutes at the ship plant, you don't smell the shit no more.
That's what I'm saying. If everyone's gay, no one's gay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. So, my hypothetical to you.
What do you got?
I've asked a couple of people this.
Would I rather drink a cup of my dad's semen or a cup of my mom's period blood? I know this one, okay?
Your dad's semen, because you're gay.
Yeah. All right.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Now, if you could... So, for $1 million, you had to kill...
I'll take it. I'll do it.
Anyone.
Okay, you.
And you'll never get caught.
Okay.
Would you kill someone for $1 million?
I can kill anyone I want.
Anyone. It could be a stranger. It could be an enemy. It don't matter. And you're not going to get caught. So all you have to deal with is
I
the
can kill
guilt.
anyone. Can I kill more than one person?
That's kind of what I said. And my wife looked at me like I was the crazy person.
Well, first, let's get something straight.
So that's
You're
a
crazy.
life.
You are crazy. It is a life. Would you,
Not all lives are equal.
Yeah. I'm really broke right now. It's like the thing is
$1 million, and
That's
when
the
I
thing,
did
too,
this hypothetical to other people, it was like cash in a briefcase too.
Yeah, no taxes.
No taxes. Like here's
Brother,
$1 million, bro.
Unfortunately, I would.
Me too.
Which is fucked up to admit, but it is my truth. I would find a scum shitbag person, and again, I believe that person is a sweetheart at core. I genuinely believe that.
But that
$1
million
is
going to help me a hell of a lot more than it's going to.
I genuinely have so much delusions of grandeur about my own morality and positivity and ability to do things that I'm this will help. This will be better for humanity,
for the world. If I have this $1 million and you being alive,
that's sick, bro. That's sick to say. That is okay. I need to talk. I need to call my therapist because that's fucked up. I mean, you obviously would.
Fuck yeah. That's $1 million cash.
So
there's not much.
Where would you go? What would you do?
So rule number one of killing is you don't kill someone that you know. Exactly. So I don't know who I would kill because it would be a random stranger in Baltimore City.
Dude, I watch a lot of true crime, and one thing that so people are like, why do you watch true crime? It's well, coming from a sane place, which I believe I'm in. Me, not everyone does.
I don't want to get caught when I commit my crimes.
Well, no, you motherfucker. It's that it's hard for me to conceptualize that right now. Now, when someone kills their wife, I get it. Okay,
the bitch deserved it.
Duh, right? Shit like that makes sense, right? You kill somebody, someone owes you money, you did all this shit. That's I still watch them. They're good episodes, but I get it. I'm not saying it's cool, right?
Yeah.
But it's super understandable.
Yeah.
The people who are killing strangers, brother, or children, or innocent, dude, it's just a different kind of dark. There are different levels to it. People don't like to say that.
There definitely
you heard
is.
us talk about the molestation. That's a tough thing when people do. There are different levels.
Oh yeah.
It's all trash. It's all how dare you. That's disgusting.
Yes, but there's
period.
still extra levels.
But
in
there are just levels by the nature of how the English language works. There are things that are worse than others, and how we conceptualize things.
Yep.
People who are killing strangers. It's just a different thing. And they say that, like, if you had their exact same experiences and exact same brain, you'd be doing the exact same thing. Some people say we don't even have free will, you know? There's arguments against that,
Some
which
people
I'm
do
sure
say
you've
that.
heard, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not smart enough to articulate one. Sam Harris, if you guys want to hear
No,
it. Sam Harris argues that we have no free will.
Yeah, I believe that we do have free will. Although,
Well,
so
people
like,
want to think that.
one thing that's funny about free will. So you know, like in Christian, whenever you ask a Christian, like, well, why does bad things happen if there's a good God, right? And they're like, well, God gave us free will to make those decisions. Okay, well then why is suicide the worst sin in the whole Bible? That's the ultimate statement of free will, to be able to kill yourself. And you're saying it's a sin, but God gave us free will. But
Yeah.
kind of contradictory right there, right?
Yeah. If I'm free, I should be free to kill myself.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it frustrates me too, because like even saying that you want to kill yourself will get you locked away,
yeah.
and it's just so sad, brother.
Yeah, like kidding every once in a while.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
just having a bad day.
well, my thing is, bro, it's like in my opinion, every single person has thought about suicide.
Yeah,
You know,
I think everyone has.
even enough to go,
Except
I won't
for
ever
retards.
do that. Retards ain't doing much thinking, right? They're thinking of John Cena.
Ice cream.
Yeah. John Cena covered in ice cream.
Yeah. Lady boys in Thailand.
Hey, easy. No, I do. I think that what are we talking about? You threw me off with the lady boys. Now I'm thinking of gorgeous women with big fat dicks. Thinking of suicide, yeah. I think
suicide.
that like people will be like, I've never thought about it. It's like, well, I've heard someone say to me, I've literally never thought about it. I would never do it, and I'm like, how do you know?
Yeah.
Because you thought about it, like even for a second, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, people aren't getting put away for saying I thought about it for a second.
Yeah.
You have to like
Make a plan.
yes, they're
Typically,
big on.
That's kind of the thing.
Yeah, God forbid I'm organized.
Exactly.
You're gonna put
usually
me
this helps me in life, and now you're gonna throw me in a
so right, me and
basically
you,
prison for
right,
it.
right. You and I go to the same psychiatrist. We're both suicidal. You're more organized than me. They throw you in the fucking place.
Yeah.
I've been taken twice against my will to the psych ward. I'd like it to not be a third time, but that is interesting considering I'm this one. Well, honestly, I deserve to go both times. You know, I talk shit about it. One time I was like 15 or 16 and did like a faux suicide attempt, you know, swallowing a bottle of pills right in front of my mother. What a fucking horrific thing to do, that poor woman.
Yep.
God damn, Sheila, I love you. But so then it took me away then, obviously, right? And then again, with my drug-induced, you know, my psilocybin-induced,
Yep,
and then
I remember
all
that.
kind of other drug-induced psychosis. But I am grateful for both those experiences, you know, big time. It's like that quote that's like, I wouldn't wish a life full of no hardship on my worst end, you know, like on anybody.
Yeah.
Like no one would, like I just feel like all the bad shit I went through kind of forged me by fire.
Of
you know?
course. It's a crucible.
Yeah, and then the heroin addiction too. It's like, bro, you know, I've had real problems.
Yeah.
So when I go to work and I'm late, it's like, bro, you think I give a fuck? Bro, I turned into a dragon once on ayahuasca, bro. I've been kidnapped, dude. I was shooting hair. I lived in my car. I was home. Like, I don't care
being
what you
5
have
minutes
to...
late is nothing,
brother. And you know what's frustrating too? It's like I gotta look him. I look at him and I go, bro, you don't even care. You know you don't even care, bro. I'm gonna do more work than I would have if I was on time because I feel bad. It's just like it's all fake to me, bro.
That's
so
'cause you
many
work for a big corporation.
I know, man.
You
It's
gotta
like
stay in the small business
I
world.
know, man. It's so many of the interactions I see on a daily basis are just so phony.
Yep. See, I don't have that in my work because it's small business and there's
Well, it's
like,
a trade too. It's like
it's like
not-
13
I'm
people in the
corporate
office.
world. Yeah,
Yeah, there's no
it's down to earth.
none
It's-
of that shit.
Well, that's what I miss. You know, going from the being an electrician, which is in the trades, construction shit, to the corporate world is like you could air out your shit in the construction world.
And for the most part,
openly.
there's mostly males
Yeah.
when you're
Yeah.
working outside in
Right.
construction
And then
versus
the corporate,
inside
there's
corporate.
females, and then there's every guy who acts like a female.
Yeah, and in today's world, you got to be really, really careful what you say in that corporate structure.
Yeah, and I will say this too. It's not as I'm pretty loosey goosey with the way I speak.
Oh yeah, same here.
Even in the corporate world, I just feel like you gotta know your audience, you know, because
Yeah.
like I used to make the joke. I've been there like almost like 5 years, almost 6 years now, and it's like I've never been to HR. I'm like, does that place even exist?
Our
Because,
HR is a trash can.
what do you mean?
That's what literally if someone has an HR reply. Trash can.
See,
We don't
that's
have an
good.
HR.
Ethics
Fuck
and
that shit.
standards. Please look
we
into
are
this.
working on getting one. Our
Maybe
new
you should be the
receptionist
HR
is-
director. You'd be
So
horrific.
like, I handle some of the HR stuff, like in onboarding and
You-
hiring and
you're like,
stuff.
yeah, you're like, you're
Yeah.
fired. Who cares?
This week we had a guy who showed up 15 minutes late to his interview, so I told him I'm not interviewing him.
Yeah. To the interview. I mean, come on, guy.
Exactly.
Come on, guy.
Come on. I have like the other one that I disqualify people for all the time is in front of Jet Blast, right in front of the doors. There's one parking spot right up front that says reserved for the owner of the company. And I'll have some people that will pull into that spot to come in for an interview or fill out an application, and I'm just like, no, I'm not giving you an application. Why not? Because you can't read. What do you mean I can't read? I said, you parked in a spot that said reserved. Did you think I fucking reserved it for you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Lack of awareness there.
Yeah, like, no offense, if you're that stupid, I don't want you.
Yeah, fact.
And,
well,
like,
and that's okay to say. And I will say,
we got to be picky about who we hire, too, because, like, we can't, supplement that many people. You know, we're a small business, so, like,
Yeah.
I can't just hire you to hire people.
I asked my old boss one time, I said, is it hard firing people? Fuck, this thing just broke. I said, is it hard firing people? And he goes, God, slide by.
Just a little technical difficulty.
Yeah. Again, we're just figuring this out. But look, we got new art on the wall. Just saying. I bought that from Jeff Bezos painted this. I got it on Amazon. So I'm assuming he made it, right?
Of course, that's how it works.
Yeah.
So Thomas Edison did his workshop. If you work there and invented something, it got Thomas Edison's name on it as the patent.
Really?
Yeah,
There will be
he's
no
one of the
Thomas
biggest,
Edison slander on this
he's
fucking
one of the
podcast, dude.
biggest assholes
Come
ever,
on,
bro.
brother.
For real.
I'm an electrician. You a Tesla guy or what?
I am a Tesla guy.
Not like
Nikola.
Okay.
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
real
yeah,
Tesla
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
The one that the government stole all his plans for free
Uh-huh.
energy around the world.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We need another one of those
Thanks,
Teslas.
Mike. How do you feel about Elon Musk?
I personally love Elon.
See, here's the thing, dude.
He,
I was talking
is
to Mike
a little
about him.
cringier
Yes,
now than what he was 5 years
That's
ago.
what I was gonna say too, man. It's like,
I think the popularity got to his head.
well, you think?
You know,
How could it not?
of
By
course,
the way,
I don't blame him.
by the
You're the
way-
richest motherfucker in the world.
I was about to
Well,
say-
not really, but you know, public. You
right,
know,
which
yeah.
is enough.
Yeah,
But
enough.
popularity is an understatement, right? It's power.
Yeah.
It's wealth. It's the fame.
It's all of it.
It's all of it, dude. And it's like, bro, he says stuff and tweets stuff that I'm like, ew, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Now, when I say like I'm a proponent of him, like I like Elon, it's like I like what he's doing for humanity when we zoom out in the long run. I think this guy's thinking on timescales way longer than a lifespan. He's thinking
Yes.
about he's a genius. I mean, the guy's like almost schizophrenic level genius, you know, autistic level retard genius. And
Yep,
it's like
he really is.
but at the same time, it's like, do I agree with everything he says? No, dude. Does the guy get on my fucking nerves? Yes,
Sometimes, yeah.
dude. Yeah, it's like.
But overall, net, I think he's a positive for the world.
Oh, dude.
That's how I look
He will
at it.
100% be in history books.
He-
Well, on history websites in the future.
Yeah,
you know?
he should be.
No, I mean, he will, good or bad, you know? Dude, he's changed. Dude, no one else went to space besides NASA.
Or us. No one went to space.
No, NASA.
Oh, space, yeah, not
Space.
the moon.
No, I'm saying space.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
We can talk about that
I
later.
mean,
But
having payloads and shit that rockets that land back down so you don't waste the $300 million that you just blew up into
reusable
space
rockets, even that.
is tremendous.
It's tremendous.
Like for taxpayers, you know,
For-
like it
for
saves us a
humanity.
lot of money that's wasted other places.
Right, yeah. It's just like if you zoom out, I think that the good.
And I think his Boring Company is a really cool concept too that I think in the future could really help.
not only could but might need to.
Yeah, like
You know?
open up all kinds of travel and transport that we don't see today. You know,
The
like
Boring Company, for those who don't know, is like he's making tunnels where you
underneath the ground.
underneath the ground where tunnels go and
Yep.
where the Jews live.
Yeah.
And basically, you like pull your Tesla. Have you seen them?
The,
There's,
what,
like,
the
videos
boars?
of- yeah.
Yeah, I've watched them.
They're so dope because
Well,
you
so
don't have to
he's
drive
doing
in
it.
them.
Yeah, he's doing it in India right
Explain
now.
that though. You don't have to drive.
No, you just jump in this car.
You get in and it's like a fucking light
electromagnetic.
Yeah, bro. That's
more
sick.
like
Hot
roller
Wheels.
coaster.
Hot Wheels.
Roller coaster. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's electromagnetic, so it's using negative and negative magnets to propel itself forwards, or positive and positive. And that's how it works.
You ever eat acid and get on a roller coaster?
No, I
Would
have
recommend.
never done any type of hallucinogenic and been to an amusement park yet.
Fun time. I
I'm
love
sure
the
it would
yet.
be.
I love the yet, brother.
The only part
You're
that would
young,
worry
yeah.
me, so acid would be different, but like mushrooms, which is your more common hallucinogenic, the stomach issues that sometimes come with them could get a little rough with
You
roller
know, they
coaster
say the tea
situations.
helps a lot. if you
So
make
that's
it
what they say.
mushroom tea, it is supposed to be better for your gut. Any children out there listening, if you're going to do mushrooms and you have a problem like throwing up, make a tea. Use with caution. Have some respect. Don't do it alone on your first time. And remember, the plants are the teacher, not the guru. Don't follow the person.
No.
Follow the plants.
Yes.
That's what Terrence McKenna said. Shout out to Terrence McKenna.
I mean, that's how I do it. Like when I eat mushrooms, allegedly, I just reach into the bag. I don't weigh my shit out.
No, that's crazy.
And I go,
That's trusting
this
in the
is-
medicine, yeah.
This is what Mother Mushroom wants me to take
Well,
right
what's
now.
so interesting about them?
And I've never had a bad trip in my life,
Oh,
so like
see.
it's been pretty good.
So I have an issue with the term "bad trip" because I believe in challenging trips, you know.
Mhm.
But I've had very
I've had-
challenging trips.
I have had some of those.
I've had trips that prior to like changing my terminology, I would I've been to hellscapes, you know. But having luckily gotten out of them, I do look at them as a positive experience overall. What are we talking about?
mushrooms.
Yeah,
I had a
know.
buddy who
I'm
we
terrible.
were all playing video games in the basement and ate some mushrooms. And so we're playing Call of Duty, right? We got a headset on. I got 4 TVs set up in the basement. Eat some mushrooms. And then one of the guys gets up and is like, I got to go to the bathroom. Sprints upstairs. Like, oh, I guess he's going to get sick. Next thing you hear loud bang. Boom. Like, what the fuck was that? And then I hear rushing water coming through the ceiling into my basement where we're all
Nice.
playing games.
And you're
I
tripping
run
too.
upstairs. Oh yeah, I had
Nice.
10 grams at this point. This was my biggest
10
trip
gra-
ever.
That's the
10
most I've ever
grams.
eaten in my life. That's way too much,
And,
by the way.
yes,
you don't need
don't
10
recommend
grams.
it.
Nope.
But I run upstairs and I check on him. He's like, I passed out, and literally he like fainted, hit the toilet,
Very
broke
uncommon for
the
mushrooms.
bowl, so the water was pouring down through the ceiling. I was like, turn off the water, and he goes, I thought that was me tripping. I didn't think it was real.
I mean, I don't blame him. That's a pretty bizarre occurrence.
It was funny as shit. Like I'll remember that day forever. And then like one of my best friends is a plumber, so like I called him because I needed a new toilet, and because the story was so funny, he gave me a free toilet.
See, that's what it's all about.
Yep, had it installed the next day too.
The police raided my house once and smashed my toilet to pieces with a sledgehammer
Because that's where you kept your coke.
because they thought I was flushing drugs. The police raided my house just a few years ago, and they didn't come inside because of I don't know. I guess my history with the psych ward or whatever. I don't know why. Genuinely, I've never been like convicted of a violent crime or anything. But they didn't come inside. They waited outside with the. By the way, I wish there needs to be a support group for people with PTSD from waking up to the sounds of sirens on your house being raided. Because I swear to God, bro, I've been jumpy. I'm molestation, kidnapping, you name it, right? I'm a jumpy guy. Bro, waking up out of a dead sleep, I'm like, I got like Jennifer Aniston licking my ass or something in my dream, right? And I wake up to just like, Justin Anderson, we have your house already. Dude, it's not even kidding. It's St. Patrick's Day. It's 5:45 in the morning. All my neighbors are getting woken up to this, bro. I'm getting woken up to this. They don't come inside. I go put my slippers on, which happen to be in the bathroom. They are watching me through the window and said, you flushed it. We know you flushed it. We're going to smash it and find it, which is like, if I flushed it.
It's gone,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
It's gone.
Well, what's
Like,
so
come
funny
on.
about it is it's just them going, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's
Yeah, I'm gonna break your shit because you didn't comply with
me,
so
the
man
funny
in
about
power.
it, bro. I wish they would have just been like, yeah, well, you're going to have to get a new toilet, dickhead, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
Because
just
it
shoot me
was
straight,
not,
bro.
It was not like, oh, you're going to find something in there. It was like, bro, you're going to break my shit.
Yep.
And that all ended up pretty much getting. I think I pled guilty to possess. I had a half ounce of mushrooms at the time and like an Adderall pill. You know, it was like, and it's funny too because in the police report, that's how you the coke. So it's funny because like the Facebook police report went out and obviously everyone shared it. Those dickheads.
I remember that. I have that picture of my
God,
phone
oh, so do
still,
I,
too.
brother.
And then
I look
another
crazy.
buddy of ours in a similar situation. I have his
I
photo
look
from that because
crazy in
people were
that photo.
posting it all
I
over.
look crazy there.
And it's like, I understand. It's
Dickheads.
fun. Yeah.
But in the article it says I had 21 grams of cocaine, right, which is almost an ounce of cocaine.
That's pretty damn good, man.
That's what I'm saying. But what they did was I had a container from a festival I went to, like an Excision show, right? And it's like this little metal canister with an X on it. And it's like a screw canister that you had on a necklace.
Yeah.
Clearly for drugs, right? They said it was for your earplugs.
Of course.
So I had like cake that was in there, caked in there from the humidity that couldn't come out.
Yeah.
So little that I couldn't even do it, right?
Yep.
But they weighed the container.
Of course.
And then on Facebook they said I had 21 grams of cocaine.
When the container weighed 21 grams.
Of cocaine. After the lab reports, by the way, less than 0.01. They threw that charge out, right? Guess what? No new Facebook posts.
No, of course not.
they never came out and go, hey, remember how we said this guy
No,
was like
when
a
your
terrible
employer
coach?
searches your name,
Yes, bro.
that's going to pop right on up without a redacted.
No, not at all. No.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like when I
the
see
redemption
that,
story, no
like
one gives a fuck.
you and our other buddy that had the similar situation, the first thing I did was text like who I thought their best friend was. And be
Yeah.
like,
What's going on?
Yeah, like I'm not putting that shit on Facebook. It's not for me to like
No
share.
hell,
Like,
bro. That's
I'm
so
a curious
fucked up.
motherfucker, so I'm gonna find out what it all is.
I low key think it's fucked up that
Like-
you can even be that shit can be shared pre-court date.
Correct.
If this person's charged with beating their wife, then you go to that's shared on Facebook, right? Eddie Jefferson's charged with beating his wife. Then you go to court and they're like, this is completely unfounded.
Yeah,
Not
find out
only-
the wife's beating me.
Yeah. No new article.
Of course not.
It's just like, how is this?
It sucks to be
okay,
you, buddy.
Bro? Yeah, it's and now in the court of public opinion, I'm the
You're guilty.
asshole.
Yep.
Yeah, man. It's funny. It's fucked up. Luckily, it didn't. I wasn't really moving too crazy. That's what was weird, bro. They charged me with manufacturing. They said I was growing mushrooms and shit. And then it was a bunch of cops with like masks on their face and stuff. And I know they're doing their job, whatever. I'm not mad at them. I'm in the jail cell, and a cop comes up to me with his mask on, so I can't see who he is. And he goes, "Here's your charging papers. Like, any questions?" And I'm like, I go, "Yeah, what the fuck, bro?" Literally, it's like, "Any questions?" I go, "Yeah, what the fuck was what, bro?" I had work that morning. Like, I've had a decent job. Like, everything's going. I'm
Yeah.
not even selling drugs.
Yeah.
And I go, "Bro, what did y'all do that for?" I'm like, "You don't even." I look at the papers, and he goes, "You have any questions?" Like, I'm like, "You didn't even charge me with distribution. You charged me with manufacturing." He goes, "Yeah, we know you weren't like selling it like that." I'm like, "You all raided my house because you thought I was growing mushrooms and eating them for myself? That's insane,
Yeah.
bro. That's insane.
crazy.
They didn't even charge me with distribution because they knew I wasn't selling. I used to grow mushrooms, 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Back in a previous life. So it's like
I hear they
can't-
grow naturally in this part.
That's what
so,
I'm saying,
you know.
bro. And it's just like, man, I used to be a dope fiend. If I'm growing mushrooms and eating them, you should be thanking me.
Yeah,
You
I
should
could
be
be doing
giving
much
me a
worse.
fucking award, brother.
Yeah, because everyone should do mushrooms too.
I don't know if everyone should.
That's true. There are people with psychological situations that it would definitely have a high risk of being bad for them. But
Yeah, I'm not condoning it for
every
everybody.
normal person
Well, no one's normal, but I know what you mean.
should do them. Like,
Yeah.
I just look at like who I was before the first time I did mushrooms
Yeah.
and like who I was afterwards, and it was a very big difference.
And it doesn't happen for everyone.
No,
But-
and it
but
doesn't always happen the first time. It might, take a few different times, but like
And it
each
might
time,
not-
I feel like
and-
there's kind of an improvement.
And even for you, it was probably not like a single time that happened where you're like, oh, I'm new, right?
no,
It's just this
it
gradual thing.
accumulates over time.
Yeah. And for me, I've said I've done a lot of drugs.
You don't say.
A lot of drugs, and I mean today. I've said that mushrooms have taught me more about myself than any of the other substances,
course.
including DMT, including ayahuasca, including acid, including. It's like someone said to me one time, "I want to do DMT so I can understand the world better," and I go, "Oh no,
That's not what it's for.
That's the opposite, brother." I said, "You want to understand yourself in the world? Do mushrooms.
Yeah.
If you want to realize that you have zero understanding, do DMT.
Yeah.
Because DMT undoes everything that you think that you know."
That's the drug I want to try still that I've never tried.
Oh yeah, you will.
That's the one on my list that
It's something.
there's a
bro.
couple drugs that I've never tried that I want to try,
Yeah.
but that is number one on the list.
DMT. It's otherworldly. I mean, it genuinely is like interdimensional.
Oh,
Without
yeah.
sounding too crazy. It's just
It's
you
crazy
can't
it sounds
explain
like.
It could be a completely hallucination made by chemical synapses in the brain. Absolutely. But it is very strange to do something and have such a heavy experience. Not as Justin, right? Like, that's what's funny, too. It's like, what's it like? It's like, well, you're not there, right? Your consciousness is there, but you're not seeing through your eyes. You're
Yeah.
feeling the things. All the things that you're seeing are like feelings. That's so why it's so hard to describe, right?
Yep.
The whole movie thing of the hallucination of the tigers and these completely things that you're hallucinating are very rare. Things will sway, things will move on mushrooms, whatever. DMT blasts you into a netherworld.
Yep.
And it's like
Geometrical
I don't
shapes
I don't get to sit with God. My consciousness does, right? And it's like it just absolutely undoes everything that it's like, oh, we don't know anything. And again, I'm not claiming to know what's going on there, but when I did the ayahuasca and turned into a dragon and screamed and did all that wild shit, the next morning they told me that I was healing for 7 generations before me and 7 generations after.
It's a lot of.
It's a lot, and I'm not saying I agree with that. Who the fuck knows, right? However, I can tell you that it felt like 14 generations worth of screaming I was doing, you know? And it felt like something else was using me to scream. It felt like genuinely.
So, and like, I'm a believer in reincarnation. So like, to me, that I can understand that.
Well, dude, epigenetics even, like, so even with our own science that we know, which also kills me about
it's
our
like
framework.
basically information passed down through DNA,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Epigenetics, so crazy. No one can explain that. You know, there's some theories that DNA is actually the intelligent life form, you know? There's some interesting loopholes you can go down that.
Yeah.
Very interesting shit.
Or you could believe in like the collective unconscious being part of that too.
Sure. It can all go in hand in hand. And then some people think that, you know, AI is the reason that we're the cocoon for them, you know?
Yeah, Joe Rogan thinks that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to happen, AI, whether or not
AI
that's
is
our
happening.
purpose.
It's happening, yeah.
Or not.
Well, right. Well, that's the argument, but it's an interesting thing to think about, you know? Maybe that's the whole purpose that we're even here.
I mean, potentially it's already happened. Like the, Sam Altman.
Yeah.
OpenAI, when they kicked him off the board and then they brought him back, it was because apparently he didn't share some really big news or something with like the rest of the board and the company, and a lot of people have thought maybe he actually made an AI that was sentient.
Well,
and didn't tell anyone about it.
There's a
so we could be there right now.
Well,
we don't know.
I mean, we're heading there. It's basically there's this
I just wish though with AI. So, like, I'm going to steal this joke, but it's still funny.
That's all I ever do, brother.
With AI, it's come and it's taken away painting and making music and artwork and all the shit that I thought I was going to do when AI came. I'm still slaving away at my job for 8 or 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
Why isn't AI doing that so I can enjoy the painting and singing and all the bullshit?
Don't you worry. It will. Basically, it's I think there's this really good podcast called The Diary of a CEO, and it's this guy who worked at Google X. He's this very intelligent tech guy, rich, very articulate, whatever. He's like, basically, look, man. He's like, think about how little we care about flies, right? He's like, because that's how much more intelligent we are, really. Yeah. And he's like, AI is going to be that in 20 years. It's like they're going to look at us like we look at apes or flies, you know? So AI is terrifying. There's no stopping it. We live in a surveillance state.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, everything sucks. Dude, speed cameras suck. You seen that thing I posted? It was like
did.
5 point. I don't know who needs to hear this, but there's 5.5 pounds of copper in the speed cameras because, dude, I'm ready to ride in the streets about that. Well, you're a big no victim, no crime, right?
For the most part, yes.
Yeah, I'm a big no victim, no crime, man. It's like if I'm speeding and no one's hurt, if I have no seatbelt, no one's hurt, man. Suck my dick.
Yeah, a
the problem
adult,
is
I can make my own decisions.
But that's the problem. Is like George Carlin's bit. Think about how dumb the average American is, and then realize that's average, and half of them are dumber than that. And it's
bad.
like,
yes,
so
especially because like. We're definitely on the other side of the stupid 50%.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I do think so.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I've met a lot
I don't
of
know about you,
fucking
but...
people, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking stupid people.
Yeah.
We're definitely on the upper end.
I can get myself 53, 54% up there.
I bet you're higher than that.
I'm up there. Yeah, what else, dude? What else? I'm still gay.
Doing any traveling coming up soon?
I am going to Costa Rica for a wedding in April.
That would be fun.
Yes. I could give a fuck less about the wedding, you know? I don't even like the guy.
Yeah. Escorts there, though. Plenty full.
Sure. Oh, I'm sure. I hear it's just like otherworldly beautiful, you know?
Oh, the rainforest and everything?
Yeah, not the escorts. The Costa Rican, the environment. And we're going out there for like a week. The cool thing about I went on a cruise one time for a wedding, and it's like, I'm not a big cruise guy, but if you're going to go on one where 50 people is like fucking cool, man. It's like, so Costa Rica, right? The wedding's going to be a day. Mm-hmm. We're there for a week. Yep. So now I get a built-in vacation with a bunch of buddies. Yeah. And you know how hard it is to plan that not around a wedding?
Correct.
Everyone just feels like they don't have to go. They don't want to go.
Yeah, like my buddy Kyle Philhauer had his wedding in Jamaica. So we got to go to Jamaica where we all
It's
could
incredible.
smoke weed. And like you said, it was a week-long vacation
It's
with
incredible. You get it.
40 of our friends and their parents, basically.
No one cares about the wedding. Wedding's
No,
fine.
yeah, the
Great.
wedding's just there to be
That's
there one
great.
day.
But the fact that it's almost like I need to plan a fake wedding just to get my boys to
Yeah.
go vacation
You
with
and
me.
Mike C.
Me and Mike C can get gay married for real.
Dude, it would
That
help
wouldn't
you
be
on your
bad.
taxes, too.
That wouldn't be bad. Like I pronounce you
Honestly.
Chuck and Larry thing.
Functional marriage.
It could be.
You want to adopt any kids or not?
Up to you.
Okay.
I
all right.
could go either way.
Yeah, me too.
I think I'd be
I'm
a
up in
great
the air.
dad, but like,
But that's not a reason enough. People tell me that. They're like, you'd be a
No.
great dad. It's like, yeah, I'd also be a great fucking sticker hander out at Walmart.
It doesn't mean I'm
I
gonna
should
be that.
do
great
it.
heroin addict.
Yeah,
That's
well,
our
I actually did kill that. So I did follow that mentality.
Yeah, me and my wife, I always tell her, because we only want 2 kids. You know, one we have, planning for one more in our life.
No,
I
don't
said-
molest either of them.
No.
Okay.
No.
Just
I have a
saying.
son. I'm not gay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you don't have a daughter next.
She was a daughter. I want another son. But either way,
Just so
I've
you know you're
always
safe.
kidded, like, if we have twins, we're giving one of the kids
yeah,
away.
Yeah, twins run
You
in
know?
my family. It's kind of a curse.
So my side of the, or my mom's side of my family has a lot of twins, and then my dad's side has a set of twins too. So like I always thought that I'd have twins, and then actually like going through this with one child and now having to like think about going through it all again with
It's
number
almost
2.
better to get it out of the way. That's what
I
that's
think
what,
having twins is
my
the way
sister-
to go.
my
Have
sister
twins
has
and be
twins.
done.
Yeah.
It's gonna be rougher for
Yes.
that period, but when you're done that period, you're done.
And they got a
You don't have to
built-in.
go
They got a
backwards.
built-in friend of the same age. They're going through stuff at the same time. It's like my sister has a set of twins, and yeah, they're great.
You
My
molest
mom,
them?
huh?
You molest them?
No molesting over here. They're not pretty enough. Yeah, my sister has twins. My mom's a twin. My cousins are twins. My cousin had twins. Dude, they're run heavy in my family.
Yep.
And it's an abomination of God, if you ask me. None of them are identical, which is like, so then who
That's
gives a
strange.
fuck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like, oh, I'm a twin. It's like, where's the person who looks exactly like you?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, are you really a twin if you don't have?
Because like if you're not identical, you don't get the cool twin psychic
Dude,
powers
do you
either.
know-
You
do you-
have to be identical to get the
Exactly.
psychic
Do you
powers.
know Harvey and Dwayne?
No.
Okay, so I know this set of twins who are identical, and it's hilarious because now I'm 34. I'm guessing they're around my same age. They are around my same age. I don't know exactly, but let's just say they're 34. They work at the same company. They dress the same. They get the same haircut, bro. It's like it's
Stop
so.
talking about my cousins John and Art, bro.
It's just so strange to me that they're doing the exact same shit. It's like, you know, I don't know, man. I guess that's in their DNA.
yeah.
You know, I don't know.
It
I
is
feel like if I had a
interesting. There's
twin-
this one town, I believe it's in Argentina, that has the highest like twin population where like the families there have a 70% chance of having twins.
all the families.
Yes.
What the fuck?
And the funny part is it's a bunch of blonde hair, blue eyes.
Ooh,
families.
Hitler would have loved that.
Well, you know, the story that Hitler's and the Nazis, a lot of them escaped to Argentina.
yeah.
So the theory is one of the scientists that was studying twins and eugenics and stuff went there and kept his
Went there
studies
with his
going.
Aryan sperm.
Exactly, and then now that's why this area has such a high population of twins. You
Mm.
know,
Interesting.
yeah, pretty interesting.
Watched any good shows lately or what, dude? Any good movies? Nah, me neither,
Good.
dude. Everything sucks. Did you watch that
No.
Leave the World Behind with Julia Roberts?
No,
You
I
heard
didn't.
about it? You seen all the hoopla about it?
I don't think so.
Dude, there's this new movie on Netflix.
That was the one that you said was horrible, right?
Yes, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, that's not one for me then.
Brother, it is one of these movies where it's like, it's called Leave the World Behind. It was #1 on Netflix, which just means a bunch of suckers fucking clicked on it.
Yep.
And I was one of the suckers. It's just one of those movies that you're waiting the whole time for it to be good, right? It's a suspense movie. So
it can happen.
that's where they get you.
Yeah, that's where they keep you on your seat.
Yo, I swear to God, it's like, and this is how bad it is for me. Again, some people loved it. For me, it was like just good enough not to turn off. It was like
there's the worst.
it was like pick up the remote to be like turn this off and then go, well, this could get kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and it was such a build up that anything less than Aliens was going to be trash. It was like,
Yeah.
this is such a big build up, and then they give the review and you're like, oh, okay.
Fucking M. Night Shyamalan movie, it
Yeah,
sounds
dude.
like.
Well, dude, have you seen The Village?
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, of course.
You didn't like it.
No.
Thank God, dude. It was the same type of thing where the reveal was like, okay.
Really?
Okay. I saw that in theaters, brother.
See, I didn't see it.
I
Dude. I
was-
did not waste.
It was the
I
first.
probably wasted money because it was in Blockbuster or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
but
yeah. I walked out of the movie theater mad for the first time I think ever. I was just like, "What the fuck was that?"
They
dude?
fucked me.
They fucked me. They fucked me, dude.
Could have bought me dinner first.
That pissed me off.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, no, not too many good TV shows or
No,
movies.
everything sucks. I'm
like,
reading. I
it's
just
been rough.
I just got done reading Man's Search for Meaning. You read that?
No.
It's Viktor Frankl, a guy who was in Auschwitz. You heard of it?
I've read it.
You read it?
Read it this past
I only
Really
I
good
only
book.
read fiction.
I liked it.
Yeah, basically, a long story short, the Cliff Notes, he was in the Holocaust, and, like, he basically explains why life is fucking good. Like, especially if you do comparisons.
Yeah.
You weren't in the Holocaust. You could understand why life is good. You could understand
Well, he was
why-
also saying, yeah,
There's a
basically,
lot of other stuff.
yes. I mean, he was, yeah, he was
He's
just,
a dumb person.
of course. I mean, he's a psychotherapist, the guy, right?
But it's a really good book.
He's a psychotherapist who happened to be in Auschwitz. So he's viewing everything from a psychotherapy standpoint, and that's helping
So
him.
he's a Nazi.
Yeah, well, what's helping him is not be in it.
Prisoner of Auschwitz.
A prisoner of Auschwitz.
Okay.
A prisoner.
Okay.
And well, you know, it didn't really happen, so it is kind of
Oh,
fiction.
jeez.
You know,
Yeah, the Holocaust is fake.
Yeah. But
That's just
so-
a story that the Jews told us to make us feel sympathy for them.
Where are the bodies now? People do
I've seen
think
the
it's
shoes.
fake, which is funny. I've seen that. I did the museum. I went there on
Dude,
mushrooms
I-
actually.
I did the museum.
Pretty heavy stuff.
I guess.
Pretty heavy shit. I
I think I was back in high school, and yeah, it was like as soon as you walk into that museum, it's like a somber.
I was just about to say that, bro. I'm on
feeling.
mushrooms, like being a little giggly, and everyone around me is like, "You better be sad," you know.
Yeah,
you
like,
better be
it
fucking
is.
sad
that
right
one and
now.
then the Native American Museum was also.
Yeah, they both kind of
similar
got
to
dicked
that.
by us, huh? By the whites.
A
Well, I guess Jews
yeah,
are
a
whites
little
anyway.
bit.
But yeah, the book's good. The book, I read it looking to find a meaning. Haven't found, didn't get anything from it. It basically is saying that like if you can find a meaning in your suffering, then that's enough meaning in itself, type of thing. Like even if you're
It's almost similar to Stoicism.
for
then.
sure, no, it definitely is. It hits on stoicism a lot.
Yeah.
In there.
That is one thing that I wish I practiced more of. Stoicism.
Well, I think,
and I
that-
still can. I just
yeah,
like,
I think the
it's a hard thing to do.
Well, stoicism is one of those things for me. It's like to know the tenets and try to apply them as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because the stoicism is, in layman's terms, retard terms, it is what it is, right? That's what stoicism
Don't let
is.
it up.
It is
don't
what
let
it
it
is.
up. Yeah.
It can't affect you, right?
Yep.
You can't change it. It is what it is. One of the cool quotes I heard was like, it's like a thing to go against anticipatory anxiety, right? So anxiety for something about the future. The quote is like, when you face that problem in the future, you're going to be equipped with the same skill set you are now. So why are you doing it now?
Yep.
It's like you're not going to gain it. It's just extending the
just-
bridge you have to
yeah.
cross type of
Yep.
thing. So stoicism is one of those things where it's like, to be fully stoic, I think is almost impossible. Like unless you're Marcus Aurelius,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where. But I do think that it would help everyone to learn a little bit about stoicism,
definitely.
genuinely.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
I've heard of
the
it.
guy was basically talking about just how hilarious Auschwitz was the whole time.
All those retard Jews running
yeah,
around.
yeah.
Look at my Star David.
No, it was terrible, dude. It was a heavy ass book, and I try to read a fiction and a nonfiction at the same time, so I don't get
Yeah,
burnt
you were
out on
saying
one.
that. If
Yeah.
you want a good fiction book,
I just read Fourth Wing, which everyone's raving about. You heard about that?
I have not. No, I was gonna suggest. It's the prequel for the Hunger Games series. Did you ever read the Hunger Games?
I think I read the first book.
Oh, well then maybe not. But it's like for songbirds,
I
it's
volunteer as
something.
tribute.
So like in that one, the head guy Snow, the bad guy who's setting up the games. This is a prequel of him being younger and
Got
what
it.
caused him to
Got
become
it.
that person.
God, I like
But
those
I've heard a lot of
stories.
really good things about that book. I want to read it.
So one of the books that we're propping up the laptop with right now is The Fourth Wing, and it's like a new fiction series about dragon riders.
Oh, I like Dragon Riders.
So that's what I'm saying, right? And I was like, oh, cool.
Gith Yankee?
Huh?
Are they Gith Yankee?
I don't know what the fuck that
Okay,
means,
never
brother.
mind that. Then you're
Uh,
on the Dragon Riders.
It's pretty cool. It's definitely, and this is not a slight or a dig. This is genuinely my observation. I think it's written for 14-year-old girls. Okay. I found the book to be great. Like genuinely, like I'm gonna read the prequel. There's like a series coming out.
Yeah.
They just dropped the second one in November. I haven't got that yet, but because it's like a little bit vanilla smut, like just a little bit of like sexual tension throughout the entire
course.
time.
Yeah.
And the main character is a female, so it just happens to be written from the POV of a female.
Yep.
But I thought it was a good book. I think you should check it out.
Yeah, another one I'd suggest for you is The Magicians, which is a pretty good book
Magicians.
series. Yeah, it's 3 books. It's kind of like a more adult Harry Potter, but
Dude, I need to read Harry Potter.
Harry Potter's fantastic.
I know, that's what I had.
Although HBO is coming out with the new series of it, and because every season is going to be one book, you could probably watch that instead of reading them because you got to think 10 episodes, 10 hours.
I know. Here's the thing about
They
that.
should be able to fit in
I know.
everything in the
Well,
books.
The thing
into
about
that,
the
you know?
books is like there's something that like so obviously I have Audible. I can do the audio books. I listen to podcasts, right? But I still force myself to manually read. It's not something that I'm genuinely drawn to. So it's weird to do, but I do feel like there's this weird like discipline in it and like slowing down of my like sensory overload. I just feel like people are so distracted throughout the day that reading kind of like helps a little bit like reset my nerve, kind of just like slow things down.
Yep.
I don't meditate like I should,
Yeah.
So reading helps.
Reading does help. You can also build like Legos instead of meditating.
Well, I got the Zen garden too. I got one of those little.
yeah.
I was just showing Eddie. I got a little table Zen garden where you can like rake the sand and then you can flatten the sand and you can rearrange things. And it's like really about being really light. Like you can't do nothing real hard.
Yep.
It's some corny bullshit, but
next you're gonna have a bonsai tree that you're
yeah,
pruning
hopefully.
here.
I actually am gonna do a late. I know I'm a little late in the month, but I'm doing. This is how gay this is. I'm doing like a burn ceremony. Where I'm just like writing the things down that no longer serve me for the new year.
Yeah.
It's like,
it is kind of gay. Like I remember doing that as a 12-year-old girl in my last life.
Sure. It's definitely gay. But it at least to me is like some type of self-analysis, right? So like that's how I'm looking at it. Regardless of whether there's any like, I don't think I'm like tapping into like the spiritual realm necessarily. But let's just say that I'm like being cognizant of like, hey, let me try to work on this. For me,
admitting it to yourself, and it's the introspective work that comes with it.
Well, that's what I'm. But it helps at least kickstart that for me.
Yeah.
It's like it's just if I'm like, okay, let me actually do this little ceremony. And when I say ceremony, I just mean literally writing some stuff down, burning some shit. But to me, it's just I don't know. It's easier for me to take the look at myself, right? By doing something like that, as gay as it is. I like how it goes.
Please do. I would do it, but I'm not gay.
Right.
And I'm not a teenager.
You're not admittedly gay.
I got a wife, so that's
only difference between
good
me and you?
evidence. Is a 6-pack of beer?
Wife don't mean you're not gay.
No way,
you know
dude.
What a beard is?
A beard?
A beard? You guys both not familiar with the term?
Beard? I have one.
God damn. Both you don't know? Alright, so if a gay guy, like, is gonna really be, like, in fucking incognito.
If
you
a
get
gay
wife.
guy's undercover, you get a
Still
wife. Sure.
But that wife is a beard. It's
A cover up, covering your chin.
Cover up.
Dude, I feel like
Dude, you don't know the beard term?
I haven't heard the beard term, but I will say that like
Dude, beard
almost
I would have
every
thrown out
married
like
guy
a
knows
Will and
gay.
Grace thing, you know?
I think everyone's a little gay,
No, I don't think so.
no.
I'd rather chill with dudes more, like in almost every context.
Well, yes, that's
I
a,
don't
that.
wanna fuck them,
No,
but,
I
like,
know.
But I'd rather get like on
Platonic
every level.
situation.
Well, listen, dude. I hate this.
Socialize, too.
Well, it's like
If pussy didn't exist, there would be way less marriage.
Well, like,
it's just like one of those things where it's like no one wants to be like, oh, I want to hang out with guys all day. It's like,
well,
but,
there's like
yeah,
Andrew Tate.
yeah.
Pretty bipolar figure, but I was listening to one of his podcasts not long ago, and he's talking about the best time as a man is when you're sitting around with your boys, maybe smoking a cigar, having a few drinks, and just bullshitting about your life.
Just
he said
talking about
he's
pussy.
like, I've had all the girls that I can imagine. He's got all the cars, he's got mansions.
yeah.
He says
One of
still
your
the
personal
best
heroes.
times is still just sitting around with the boys. You know.
Now, obviously, there's some like the problem is again, it's easy to put people in a box, and if you say something like that, it's like, oh, misogynistic, doesn't like women, whatever. It's not that. I love a woman. I love a woman's touch. I love a woman's presence. I love a woman's compassion. I love waking
wired
up next to
different,
a
though.
woman. but we're just different people, right?
We're just
it's just
wired
like you're
different.
not one of the bros. I'm sorry, and it's like I wish I wanted to suck dick, right? Because then I could. Oh, bro, look at this. Oh, fuck, look at this message I got real quick, bro. I got this message last weekend.
Some guy wants to suck your dick.
Yes, bro. This is what's so crazy, right? It's not anonymous. It's on Facebook.
What?
Can you just read that? Just read it out loud into the mic, please.
What's up, Hamson? You're sexy. If you ever want a massage and or discreet blowjob, hit me up. Would be on the down low. I just think you're very sexy. Would make it worth your time.
Sounds like it'd be worth your time.
Bro, listen.
Well, we put the money sign in there too, so it
Worth your
sounds like
time or
he's
money.
willing to pay Justin to get his dick sucked.
Bro, a massage and a blowjob. Here's the thing.
You can keep the massage.
Here's the thing. The massage was great.
Yeah,
Dude, the
blowjob
blowjob was
wasn't.
mediocre. And as enthusiastic as he was, I thought they'd both be great. But no, truly, I didn't. Obviously, I blocked him immediately. It just kind of freaked me out. I probably could have been like, I probably could have said like, bro,
Blocked him immediately?
I did.
You didn't even ask how much money he was offering?
Something happened at work, you go straight to HR. Pussy. You're a pussy.
HR? Hell
That's
no.
what this sounds like.
But you
Wow,
should have been-
That's like walking out of work.
He
It's
likes
way different.
you.
I don't give a fuck.
You should have inquired how much money he was talking
No,
about
sir,
first.
bro. I don't want to entertain nothing about that. I don't even know
You're
this
not going to
person.
let him suck your dick for $100,000?
I didn't say that. I just don't even want to be
$5,000.
offered it, okay?
Yeah.
My whole thing is, I don't even know this guy. We had one mutual friend. I wasn't even curious enough to see who the mutual friend was. Because we have one mutual friend. We don't know each other, right?
Yes.
So it's as simple as that.
Yep.
I don't know this person. I know his name. It's crazy that he did that. It's bold. I respect you. He didn't say anything really rude or wrong. I get it. You're shooting your shot. He's not wrong. I'm sexy as hell. I get it.
Even with the
But
face tattoo.
why
huh?
do no bitches ever
Understand
do
that.
Well, they just never do that.
No.
You know,
No,
why
that's a
being
gay guy
would be-
thing.
That's a guy thing. You
Yes.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing about gay guys fucking so much. Is like, well, they're guys. It's
Yes.
just two dogs, you
Yep.
know.
That
Because
is true.
homosexuals are animals, is what I mean.
You rejected
Yeah, of course.
a free blowjob. What's gayer than that?
It's just, yeah, it's not for me, you know. It just doesn't do it for me. My first thought wasn't flattery. It was you, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just like it was maybe the shock of it, but I was just like, ugh, no, get the fuck, what the fuck? I was out in fucking Poconos in a cabin. And I woke up to this thing at like I'm like, what the?
And he was in the next cabin over?
Yeah, well, I just don't know how I got on his gaydar. You know,
Yeah, I guess it's just all.
just me
Profile
screaming I'm
picture.
gay in every podcast I've ever done, probably.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. What time is it? Are we done? Is that it? How was it, dude? Did we do all right?
I'm good with it.
What time is it?
You got your phone out.
Oh yeah, we did it, dude. We did it. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
Eddie, thanks for coming. This is if this doesn't work, I'll kill myself. Thanks, Mike.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like,
listen,
smash,
comment.
smash
Tell your
that
friends.
like
Even
button.
if you're just talking shit.
We're
all
trying-
comments, all of it.
All interactions are good. All comments are good. If you could like, subscribe, smash, click, kill your parents, do whatever you want.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. I'm trying to get this
Nothing matters.
from 5 to 15 people. We're trying to triple the amount of listeners. The YouTube's getting better. We're getting art. You see the ghost in the corner. You know what time it is. Free Palestine.
Peace. Fuck Free Palestine. Go
Yeah,
Israel.
Yeah, whatever it is.